This morning, our window on America looks out on New York City from a hospital room. On January 1st, St. Vincent's Hospital began a scientific research project to explore whether we can help patients get better by making them feel better.
Okay, let's look at our ID. Wait.
Hi, sweetheart.
Good, yes!
At St. Vincent's, all new staff members get ID tags.
Sit. Hi, baby.
And Katie and Szuki are no exception.
Good morning, Mr. Terrier. I'm Shelley, and this is Szuki.
As volunteers in the Animal-Assisted Therapy Project, dogs like Katie and Szuki are helping researchers conduct the first clinical study to confirm what many of those who work with the geriatric population have long suspected.
Beautiful.
That physical contact with dogs, stroking and petting, even kissing, makes patients not only feel better emotionally, but get better physically.
Patients who have long-term illnesses, terminal illnesses, many times are suffering from depression, and I think this brings a new element to the overall care. I think we have to be taking care of the total patient and taking care of their psyche.
St. Vincent's president, Dr. Carl Adler, is one of the project's biggest supporters. He said the tough sell was the other doctors.
Our doctors are skeptical about approaches that are not scientific, and I think some of our physicians realize that this brought a new outlook to their patients. I think that helped convince them.
Give me a paw. Give me a paw.
Katie and Szuki's personal charms didn't hurt either. These dogs are naturally affectionate, but they don't come into the hospital barking and jumping. They are trained to be quiet and subdued. You won't get a big sloppy kiss, but, Szuki, kiss it? Yeah, you'll get a peck on the cheek.
Come on, give me a hug.
For patients like Mafalda Mazzeo, a visit from Katie can be the highlight of an otherwise depressing day. So when you first saw Katie and you touched her, how did it make you feel inside?
Oh my gosh, so beautiful. Make me feel I had a friend.
She's friendly and she's open and she's non-judgmental, accepting, and she listens without giving advice. You know, we wish our family and friends could be more like that.
Katie has plenty in common with the patients she visits.
She's getting a little gray in her face. She's got a little bit of arthritis. They say, how old is this dog? And I say, she's 11. But she's still getting around and she's still enjoying herself and she's still active.
Frequently, older patients are very alone. You know, we're a mobile society. Your daughter could live in California and you're in the hospital in New York.
Ellen Martin conceived and runs the project.
One of the most wonderful things about this is that not only the dog, but a volunteer is coming in and talking with you and getting to know you and asking you about yourself. To me, that is one of the most wonderful things for elderly people who sometimes you see languish in hospitals.
Oh, what a beautiful face. She has to sense what the patient needs, not to come forward too quickly, when to hang back, and she's very good at that. It's instinct with her. Oh, I love animals.
The idea is simple, really, that hope and joy and happiness are better emotions for fighting illness than depression.
I think any time a patient feels joy, they start healing, and that's what this therapy is about. Oh, can you sing louder for Margaret? Oh, good girl. Stay.
And in the end, will the study confirm that love from a dog can help a person heal?
Oh, I think so. I'm absolutely convinced. And the important part of the fact that this is a research project will also convince our skeptics that this is something that's worthwhile, that really does make a difference.
Good girl you are.
Of course, Katie and Szuki already knew that.
Bye. Thanks for coming and see me.
Emily Dickinson wrote, "Hope is a thing with feathers," but I'm beginning to think it's the thing with 4 paws and a little wet nose, Mark.
Brought Emily Dickinson into it. Now, here's what hospitals many times wash your hands, make sure everything is disinfected. Mm-hmm. How do the dogs come into play with that?
Well, that's one of the things the doctors were most concerned about, you know, was seeing a dirty dog walking down the hallway. But these dogs are all checked ahead of time for their health, their hygiene, and their temperament. And do you know there's been no known case of a dog passing a disease on to humans? They have bad breath, but their mouths are clean.
And they sit when you tell them, yeah. We like that too.
We'll follow this for 2 years. We'll let you know what the results are.
Nice seeing smiles in a hospital. 23 after the...
Well, I tell you what, after all that traffic and a long commute home, a lot of us can count on our 4-legged friends to cheer us up. And now some doctors are starting to think, why not try this in hospitals? As Judy Licht reports, man's best friend may work better than any prescription. That's Licht and Lang together there.
Els, they're similar. We all that Man's best friend, Greg, is his dog. But what about Man's best therapist? Well, they're warm and cuddly, and they'll love you no matter what. And one hospital is testing this theory scientifically.
Meet Berkeley being wheeled down the hallway of St. Vincent's Hospital. No, he's not a patient. The English Bulldog Boxer Mix is the newest volunteer in the pet therapy program. He and owner Carol Kotler first visit Dr. Leonard Ravitz, who happens to be a patient at the hospital.
It brightens the day. It provides a different sort of stimulation and some pleasantries.
Berkeley then heads to another room on the floor to visit Lenore Schwartz.
I think it's kind of cute. It's it's the only visitor I've had today.
Berkeley is one of 8 dogs participating in pet therapy. St. Vincent's is the only accurate care facility in New York State to get state permission to run such a program. The hospital is doing a study to determine if pets really help elderly patients.
Frequently, they're widowed, or their families live a long distance away, and so they need stimulation. They really welcome visits.
To be a volunteer, the dog and its owner must first get the approval from a veterinarian and a trainer to make sure the animals are not only healthy, but also well behaved. So how did Berkeley do his first time out?
The obedience factor definitely needs work. He's a very sweet dog with a lot of potential.
Berkey.
Yes, Berkeley passed the test, got his picture taken, and went home with an official volunteer badge.
Sounds like Roz and Greg and I, a lot of potential. I feel better just watching the story at any rate. By the way, if you or your dog are interested in being part of the pet therapy program, contact St. Vincent's Hospital.
They really are Grant's best friend.
Yeah, they are.
Thank you, Judy.
We're ready for our bath. Now more than ever, Hayden knows he has to put his best paw forward. After all, his work history is pretty bleak.
My God, you look so pretty. Hayden flunked out of seeing high school? He did, because they said he was too insecure, couldn't make a solid decision. This is a very sad tale.
You ready to work? We got a full lobby. Come on. He has been earning his keep.
Hayden has a full-time job. I manage a heliport.
4 passengers you're looking for?
He meets and greets passengers. This is our Christmas card that we did this year.
But according to his owner, Abigail Trank, Hayden needs a more fulfilling career.
Hopefully now he'll have a part-time job visiting geriatric patients in the hospital and helping them feel better. I want you to look your very best for this test, Hayden.
Having been such a failure at seeing eye school,
I feel like he's applying to Harvard or something.
Hayden first has to prove he can make the grade.
I want you to do better than this dog. This whole file, this is what went into Hayden being qualified to do these hospital visits. Stay, don't get up. Stay. This is his good citizen certificate. Don't pull the nice lady. Okay, good. This is the pet partner skills test. How you doing? Hayden had to go to the vet. I had to go to my physician. Good boy. I'd say we've probably put in 50 hours of work and probably over $500. Why do you want to do this so badly? I love the idea of being able to do something for other people and to give something back. We passed the test. You want to slap me 5 and seal the deal? Come on. All right.
Now the real trick for Hayden will be to measure up someday to the old pros.
Good girl. Yeah.
Hospital veterans like Katie.
What you want, Katie? You want love.
Who truly seems able to make folks forget what ails them.
You're such a nice girl.
There were studies in nursing homes that visits from a dog alleviated depression.
Ellen Martin runs the Pet Therapy Project at St. Vincent's Hospital in New York.
You think this is really good medicine?
Yeah, I do think it's good medicine. It's a stimulation, it's a relaxation, it's an emotional outlet.
Girl. Good. It just makes you feel good.
It does make you feel good.
Show that pretty face.
Finally, after 2 months of training, it's time for Hayden to show his stuff.
He looks great.
Thank you. We just had a bath, and we're all, well,
I see lots of dog hair here.
I hope that no one's allergic.
And he's, well,
I'm very anxious.
So next comes... We're getting our pictures taken. And you have to face this way, right? Sit down. Sit. Good boy. Hi, honey.
Smile, Hayden.
What a gorgeous doggy. Thank you.
Are there a lot of dogs trying to get in here with phony ID or what?
Not that I know of. I haven't heard about it yet. That's it.
This is it. Showtime. We're ready.
Ready?
This is my German Shepherd, Hayden.
And eager.
Hayden?
It's so beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I think he wants to get in bed with you.
Oddly enough,
The best gift.
Isn't that nice?
Day one holds more surprises for Abigail than for Hayden.
Come here. Can you kiss his hand?
I thank you, folks. I thank you very much.
I'm just getting a little emotional.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's also a little bit more difficult for me, I think, than I had anticipated.
This can be a little rough on the handler.
It can, because you can encounter in a hospital setting a whole range of human experience. Anger, fear, depression,
The dog tends
grief.
to sort of bring that out
Yes,
somehow.
the dog does.
We're going to try something, all right? Here we go.
What do you think it is about dogs that can provide comfort to people?
I just think they're so easy to love. They're cuddly, they're friendly, they never talk back, they're never in bad moods.
Sure, look at that.
And it looks like Hayden, the once disgraced seeing eye school dropout.
I'll be thinking about it for the rest of the day at least.
All right, dog. You did a good job. Has passed his first test with honors.
They did really well today.
You think you'll want to come back?
Sure. What do you think?
That's when he's supposed to jump up and go, woof.